What's up, guys? Tiger Sheu here, and we're back at the LA Asian Pacific Film Festival here in 2021 with, in my opinion, one of the most crazy and ambitious, awesome films to be on the schedule. We're here with the creators of The Monsters Without. Now, we're with Randal, Jake, and Malou, and this movie, I gotta say, it's super ambitious, super character-driven effects. Can you tell us about your movie, The Monsters Without?
I think you hit it in a nutshell. It is ambitious. This man, the director and the producer, I mean, they were in Biliran during the Typhoon Haiyan, and they created this monster movie in their head and just went ahead and produced the film in 2017.
Yeah, it was during this storm, and when we were in Biliran, like there's no electricity or anything, and we're just sort of at our house and like lit by candles, and we were thinking about what we can do as a movie someday, and we were thinking, hey, you know, monsters, the Filipino mythology, the creatures, the aswang, the kapre, those things are really very unique to Philippines and very interesting, and we thought that that would be a great premise to sort of like a seed to build out a big action adventure and to really be as ambitious as possible with sort of the resources that we have at our disposal, you know, the location and the creatures and the special effects.
And you know, it really seems like quite a juxtaposition of so many different genres and cross intersections, because it's a great, bright film discussing like mythical Filipino cultures. Is that right? Like the monsters, and then just some of the actors in it. You know, we have a lot of LA locals, but then I heard you guys also filmed this on location in the Philippines. Is that right?
Yeah, and that's sort of the thing that really clinched it and allowed us to do a whole bunch of amazing things. Like, Malou, do you want to talk about?
Of course, yeah. When my husband, well, during that typhoon, like going back there, I would tell stories about him because, you know, no electricity. I would tell stories about the monsters and what would my grandma would tell to us when there's no electricity. And it's like, oh my God, that would be a great premise to, you know, to get started in writing a movie. And I was like, I support you on that one. I am your number one supporter.
She was like the project manager, producer. She took care of the locals. And then, you know, everybody was helping out, right? The whole community.
Yeah. Just being sort of not in the city and being sort of in the provinces meant that, like, films don't come around that area that often. So we were able to secure locations and get very enthusiastic extras. And it sort of became a community project, even bigger than just sort of our small core group.
Yeah, I was a cultural affairs coordinator in the university in the province before moving in here, and so I had my students were hungry for, you know, projects, and you know, I was like, this would be a great opportunity for our local talents to be not just seen in national but international arena. That's why I was like, you know what, this would be like a great collab between the two of us, like you writing this and I would bring in talents, you know, not just coming from here in America, but like combined talents.
Right.
So just like him and me combined as well.
And that's really the special sauce that allowed us to sort of go further than it seems like you'd be able to with sort of a, you know, indie project.
Well, you know, and I think that's what's great about this film is even for an independent project, there's just the production values. It really catches your eye when you see this. And I think even for a film festival, it's very different because, you know, LA Asian Pacific Film Festival has some great films in it, but we rarely see, you know, an action-oriented one that juxtaposes social themes and action. And I have to ask because, you know, I'm a big horror film fan, big action fan, and watching it, the effects, you have to tell us about how you achieve those because they look great.
That's a great question.
Yeah, there's a bit of a story to that. The way we achieved it at first when we were filming was we had no plan at all. Film empty spaces and say someday there'll be a monster there. And what basically wound up happening is, you know, I wound up with all this footage at home, and I said, well, we've got to hire someone to do visual effects. Who are we going to get? Who's going to be able to work it with our budget? And the answer was no one. And what I discovered was that, in fact, YouTube is a magical place that has a lot of tutorials on how to do visual effects. So I spent the next 2 or 3 years watching visual effects tutorials and starting small and getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually I did 95% of the visual effects shots all by myself, just on my computer, just one at a time, you know, crank out a shot a day and just go and go and go, and that's how they all got done. And it took a long time and sort of a lot of studying, but these days the technology is there that if you just sort of are willing to learn, you can do a lot of things on your home computer.
That's correct.
Well, you know, we definitely want to support a grassroots film with a big budget feel. How do we do that as an audience? When is the film playing and where can we see it?
So the film is playing October 1st, which is Friday at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. at the Regal LA Live, and you know, we'd love to have everyone there. We'd love to get it seen. That's what's really going to help, is getting this movie seen. We're hoping to bring it all over the place to more festivals, and we especially are hopeful for eventual homecoming in the Philippines to show them, especially to the folks who worked on it and everything.
Well, awesome. Well, guys, if you want to support this great movie and see a really cool creature-oriented film, definitely check out the Monsters Without, and come check it out here at the LA Asian Film Festival. I'm just so excited about the movie, getting a little tongue-tied. Or check it out when it comes out in the Philippines as well. So thank you guys so much again, and good luck with the film.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Those are encouraged.
I know it's a really cool film, like honestly, because just it caught my eye. And like, there's always great films here at the festival, right? But you know, normally you don't see a lot of creature, fun. Well, they're all fun, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, wow, visually, I was like, what is this?
Yeah, we're trying to be as much outside of the box as possible.
Right.
That's the whole thing.
My name is Jake Macapagal. You can find me on Twitter at JakeProMax. That's JakeProMac.
My name's Randal Kamradt. I'm the writer and director of The Monsters Without. You can find the film on Twitter and Instagram at Monsters Without. We're also online on a website at www.themonsterswithout.com.
All right, my name is Maria Malou Kamradt. I am the producer of the film, and I've been supporting my husband since 2012.
It's not just the Yablo at stake. The whole world could be. You can't just let them be taken.
Are you going to stop me from saving the world?